You are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? We got some new updates revolving around the Fort Stewart assailant. His name we now know is Sergeant Cornelius Radford. He, of course, is the one that was on base. He opened fire on 5 different soldiers before he was actually taken down, that he was actually tackled by other soldiers on the base, which thank God that happened. Obviously, we don't need any more casualties or anything else happening. But we do now know that the 5 individuals that were hit by Cornelius Radford, they are going to make it okay. They're going to get through this, and that's good and great news. But there's been a lot of questions revolving around this guy. Why did he do what he did? Was this because of depression? Was this because of racism? That's one thing that a lot of people are trying to figure out. What indeed is his motive? We still don't know that. But maybe we get a little bit more insight from this interview that his uncle has with local news talking about this situation. And I got to be honest, I really do appreciate at least one of his family members stepping forward and speaking on behalf of the family, right? And again, it seems like there were some breadcrumbs and some hints of some bad things, of some mental health issues, some severe depression going on before all this went down. And yeah, there is a woulda, coulda, shoulda situation here in this. There is a bit of regret here for sure, at least coming from his uncle here. But let's take a look at this video. They're speaking out. They're talking about all this. And again, this is all sad. This is all very sad news. Again, if only they were able to catch this before everything went down the way it went down, then maybe this situation would not have happened. But I digress. Let's get into this.
I just want y'all to know that I love y'all, and I try my hardest to be the best I could be. My time is slowly coming to an end. I choose my destiny and my faith. I might not be with my mama, but I'm gonna be in a better place. That was at 10:30. The first shooting happened at 10:50.
Now, obviously, that is some terrifying stuff, right? 20 minutes later, he was opening fire on people on the base after he sent those kinds of text messages. And receiving a text message like that could, you think that it would mean so many different things. You're not automatically thinking that he's going to pull out a weapon and start firing on people on the base. It could also mean a multitude of different things. So I can see the concern after all this, when receiving a text message like this for sure.
Joe Mitchell, Cornelius Radford's uncle, reads the cryptic message his nephew sent just minutes before the shooting at Fort Stewart. Mitchell explains how they pleaded with Radford to respond.
Everybody was coming in, you okay? I say, call me. Everybody coming in, please don't talk like that. Quan called me.
You and your nephew obviously are tremendously close. When you learned that the shooting took place, when did you learn it, and what was your initial reaction?
When I learned, like from a call. Someone called and was saying he was killed. And me and my family, we were, like I say, devastated. Like, we didn't think he was the shooter. We were just thinking he got killed.
Only to turn on the news.
Right? Yeah, I mean, I get it. You suddenly go, wait a second, what's going on? Is he a victim? What's actually going on here, right?
And learn investigators said his nephew is the suspected shooter.
I couldn't believe it. That's not the Quan that me and my brother and my mother and the rest of my family grew up and raised.
To your knowledge, did he have any health issues, mental health issues, depression? Was he battling any of that?
Yes, he was suffering from the death of his mother when he was 8 years old. That could have played parts. Then he losing his sister like 2 or 3 years ago in a car accident. And also losing my father, that was like a father figure to him. So like those 3 hits, you know what I'm saying, plus whatever going on with his personal life, that he probably needed help. And no one, we didn't know as a family, because we definitely would have helped him. But if the military knew, they didn't give him help till it was too late.
Now, that's very interesting, right? It's a trifecta almost, right? It's his mom, it's his sister, which obviously those two are, all three of them are devastating blows. Then it's his, a father figure that actually, passed away as well. I mean, that can put a heavy toll on somebody. But I'm going to tell you, though, a lot of people have gone through that kind of loss, that kind of severe type of loss, but it doesn't make them go grab a weapon and start firing at people. It definitely does. It definitely does not make people do that. Okay. We've had a lot of people lose people, right, in the most devastating of ways, and they still are living life, or they're speaking to professionals, getting the help that they rightfully deserve, okay, that they need, so that they can live their life, right, in a more even and happy type of way. But that's very, I mean, it's still tragic, but that still doesn't excuse what he did on that base.
Were there any warning signs?
Never. He was the Quan with the smile, helped us out, helped me and my wife take care of the kids.
So would it be fair to say you spent a lot of time asking why?
Ever since I seen it on news, I'm still asking myself why. I was just I'm one phone call away. I wish we could have talked about it and it would have never happened, but just leave it in God's hand.
For those family members whose loved ones were actually shot on Wednesday morning, what do you want to say not only to their family members but also to the victims?
I'm just sorry, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could have talked to him and I could have helped him and this could have been avoided. Like, I'm deeply, deeply sorry.
What's really sad about this is that this shows proof positive that, I mean, we are all suffering in silence. All of us are in various ways. Just, it's unfortunate that we have situations like this where people are not knowing how to handle the suffering, how to handle the mental health, right? So that they end up doing something as shocking and as tragic as what Cornelius Radford did. And this is why I keep saying over and over and over again, talk to your family, talk to your friends. It doesn't matter. I understand that, when it comes to men talking about their feelings, they get really scared about being, considered, it's too femme, it's emasculating, etc. Right. And what's sad about that is that more than ever, we live in a time where it should be more socially acceptable to speak out, especially among men, to speak our feelings, say what we're thinking in our heads, especially if we're going through mental health issues, especially if we're battling with something internally. We should be able to speak out. There's nothing emasculating about expressing your feelings, but unfortunately, we live in a world where it's still considered that. I wish this guy was able to talk to somebody and really get the help that he rightfully needed. Then maybe this situation would not have happened. But one thing is for sure, there is a bright side to this. One, those 5 soldiers are still going to be alive. Yes, I understand they're going through something traumatic. I mean, getting hit with GSWs is some serious stuff. But at the same time, they are going to live to see another day. And so is Cornelius Radford. Now, I don't know what his fate is going to be. He most likely will be locked up for a very, very long time. But I'm hoping that while he's locked up, he works on his mental health and he figures that stuff out. But this should be a huge wake-up call for all us men out there, okay? And women, all right? That we need to be more bold in how we're feeling. We should have more courage to speak out and say what's on our mind when it comes to our own feelings as far as our mental health. If there's something going on that you need to work on or want to talk to somebody about, there's no shame in speaking from the heart. There is no shame in speaking your mind and getting the help that you need. So I say, please be bold out there. Be courageous, be brave, okay? Be brave and be courageous out there and speak out, all right? and hopefully you get the help that you rightfully deserve. But anyway, guys, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. We'll talk to you soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.